I've been watching HermitCraft for nearing on 5 years now, and the past few episodes of Season 8, and indeed Season 8 in general, have been pretty sus. With sus meaning sustainable, of course. You see, HermitCraft is no stranger to storylines in their collective series. The Civil War Season 6, the Mycelium War Season 7, these are all really well-known and beloved parts of HermitCraft. These storylines, however, were always really clearly telegraphed. There was an actual real-world reason for the Civil War, and it was, of course, the pranks. The escalation got more and more roleplay-like, deviating into the hermits playing characters rather than acting normally, and this is something that's common to even the Mycelium War. It started as Green randomly placing mycelium in the shopping district, Scar fixing it to make it look a bit better, and then the escalation was what kickstarted the roleplay. The middle, not the start, was where the whole storyline happened. Let's keep that in mind then, and look again at Season 7's Mycelium War, because no matter how you spin it, it was a massive hit amongst fans. It appeals to the current majority of the Minecraft fanbase, it freshens up the server, because no matter how creative you are, you can only do survival Minecraft with friends in so many ways, and it allows for much more fan interaction and engagement, which I can say from experience, every creator absolutely adores. It's really very likely then that the Mycelium War Season 7 doing so well whet the hermit's appetite for this kind of disconnected from reality style of content, where the hermits aren't exactly reacting as they normally would to things, because that makes for a better story. We've already seen something like this in Season 8 with the Hermatrix ARG that Doc, Ren, and X are the main creators of, and that's just the first thing that got me thinking about this. You see, there's also the fact that Void has a complete alter ego in his videos, Evil X, who isn't a new face to HermitCraft, don't get me wrong, but Evil X has always been a big antagonist in the past, never really lingering the way he has in Season 8. Again, this wouldn't really be a big thing if it wasn't for X liking this comment under one of his HermitCraft episodes, and then the antics that another hermit has also gotten up to. You see, with a metaphor for crypto, which inherently destroys the environment, being on the HermitCraft server, a lot of people were wondering where and how Exuma would take it, given that HermitCraft has a large, young, and impressionable audience. And this comment shows that with this whole storyline, X is trying to do what the comment says and highlight the hypocrisy of it all. A very, very similar story of, well, something seemingly good on the outside being compromised by the morally corrupt or just being bad in general. Well, we can see that in Mumbo's videos. Harmless Harvest as a business runs on the marketing that it's, well, harmless, that no one is hurt, whereas behind the scenes, the CEO of Boatem is exploiting and destroying much more than even the other hermits are in game to fund his exploits, and has just found a loophole in the system. This sort of social commentary almost is really new to HermitCraft, or at least as far as I know. I haven't done too much research for this video, and I am relying on my casual previous watch-throughs, but then there comes the real damning evidence that convinced me that HermitCraft, the hermits that is, are taking the storyline or roleplay aspect of their server to the whole next level.
Well, no, phantoms are weird. Okay, I'll fight you on that point. But more importantly, is the moon big? Oh.
Okay, the moon is big. What the hell? How did that happen? There's never been a problem like this before on the HermitCraft server, and Doc has even washed his hands of it, saying that despite his game-breaking antics, it wasn't him. Alright. Weird, maybe it was just a glitch, right? But then, around the same time, earthquakes start happening on the HermitCraft server, complete with sound effects and shaking.
Angry about rope bridges.
That's absolutely not normal and cannot be a glitch. It must have been deliberately caused by someone. There's no way that this isn't a setup for something to do with roleplay, and this is very different to every other instance of it on the server in the past because, and here's a kicker, this time the hermits are playing characters from the start. It isn't grounded in reality like the Civil or Mycelium Wars because there's no reason for the moon to be big, it just is. And in my opinion, there's actually a pretty reasonable explanation for all of these happenings. 1.18 with New World Gen releases on November 30th, and what better way to replace a map than to destroy it with a meteor that could be the moon, which is getting bigger because it's getting closer to the world. Earthquakes which are happening because of the gravitational influence of the moon. That's just my theory. I've had a writer's block on my main channel videos for a bit now, and there are a lot of topics like this where they're really interesting but don't have enough to talk about for me to make a main channel video about them. So if you enjoyed, feel free to subscribe and share. There'll probably be a new video out soon. Bye!